We wanted Imperius to look a little different in this expansion than we wanted in the first game. He definitely has undergone some damage. The Heaven's Gate absolutely collapsed on him.
So his armor, we want to progress in the sense that it had all this wear and tear, all this damage. That was one thing we were playing off of, and we were playing off of how his personality was reflected in his armor.
And we wanted that to echo the thematic truth, that Valor had turned to wrath, and that there was more math going on inside that suit of armor than just, the power of evil itself, is that his whole being was really turning and transforming.
And Imperius by nature is a very reflective character with giant bright wings. He's an angel. And when we looked at it from a lighting standpoint, we're like, okay, how do we get a very bright character to sit into this world now that is supposed to be full of shadow and darkness?
There was an idea that we had that we were very fond of, that when Imperius reaches out to claim the Soul Stone, when he touches it, you would see the hint of a transformation. The idea is that it would be very dark, he would be largely a silhouette, and as he touched it, that silhouette, all the points on his helmet would just elongate slightly.
So some spiky things coming out from the shoulders, and then the face or the helmet started to deform.
Sort of much more demonic looking. His eyes would slant inward. He'd get much more of a sinister look on his face. We didn't have a lot of time to accomplish it, but we definitely wanted to suggest that it was going to start happening.
One of the challenges that we had to deal with was, why doesn't Imperius just kill Tyrael? That was a question that just kind of kept popping up.
He can't kill Tyrael. We need Tyrael in the story. Tyrael's a very important character in the universe.
It was something that we just danced with for a long time.
Brother, why?
Imperius was going to have this second in command who was helping him out, and that was this mysterious angel of death, Malthael. But having two villains in a 4-minute cinematic really was dividing our focus, and it sort of was like Imperius and Malthael were competing with each other for who could be the coolest.
That was the other thing. We were introducing this great villain, this great new character, Malthael, the Angel of Death. So sinister looking, really awesome. He has a great entrance, and then he basically has nothing to do after that. He stands there for half the cinematic and just nods his head or something, And that kind of stuck in our craw too. It was just like, gosh, he's such a good character. I wish there was a payoff for him in this cinematic.
Imperius was sort of stealing his thunder. And we really talked about the motivations between the two characters, and we felt that Imperius's motivations were very similar to Malthael's.
And that's where we decided maybe Imperius really isn't required. Maybe he was less of a character than we thought.
Maybe we pull Imperius and we make it Malthael, the Angel of Death, come to claim the Black Soul Stone. All of a sudden, everything just kind of fell into the proper place, because Malthael doesn't have anything personally against Tyrael. Tyrael is descended purely from angels. He has no demon in him like all the residents of Sanctuary. So Malthael's goal is to wipe out humanity, but it is not to wipe out Tyrael. Tyrael is like a bug to him, basically. It just made much more sense that Malthael would maybe have a moment with Tyrael, since they know each other from back in the day. But ultimately, he just discards him like a rag and goes on to claim the Soul Stone. Once this idea of Malthael becoming the main villain came into play, those problems were solved. And you just had to look at the value of that and say, we should make this change. And we got very excited about the idea of, an expansion with the Angel of Death as our big bad.